Hi everyone, I can't believe I'm saying this, but treatment is done. Before I get to the last week, I do have some thank yous because it was a whole of community effort to get me here. Firstly, to Paul, who was a complete stranger who heard me speak on the radio and talk about how I would like to come for overseas treatment, but due to the cost was unable to. He emailed me and said I would like to make an incredibly generous donation to kickstart a treatment fund for you to see if we can get you there. Thank you so much for your donation and kickstarting this whole thing. Thank you also to IPL Radio in Rockingham, who assisted with donations and supported in a huge way. Thank you also to the community organisations who made donations, and these are all organisations I've had a long-standing relationship with through numerous programs. Some of them I've been involved with for around 25 years now. So it's been amazing to have your support as well. So thank you, Rotary Club of Kwinana, Lions Club of Claremont Nedlands, Lions Club of Condinan, and Rotary Club of Corrigan for all your support. Thank you also to Stan Parent Charitable Foundation, who made an incredibly generous large donation to my treatment. Again, I've had a long-standing relationship with this organisation for around 10 years now. They used to support Camp Coolin in a huge way when I was running that as well. So thank you for your support. Thank you also to all the businesses who either donated towards the campaign or donated services in kind to help me out financially. So a huge thank you to Master Sparkle's cleaning service, Breathe Counselling, Lala Speech Pathology, Seawind Electrical, Rustico Tapas, and Karen Chivers. And thank you to my friends who set up the GoFundMe, especially Courtney and Mandy, and everyone who made donations. I was overwhelmed by the amount of community support, and there's way too many of you to thank individually here. The video would go on for 5 hours if I did that. But you know who you are. I will be in touch with you all when I get back to Australia to personally say thank you. But I just could not believe where the support came from kids I worked with in the orphanage in Vietnam 15 years ago to kids I worked with at summer camp in America 20 years ago, volunteers from my time in South Africa, Camp Coolin, camp counsellors and families, members of Kwinana Council when I was back on council, and just random people who have heard me speak at events or complete strangers who just heard about my story. Thank you all for your support and getting me to this point. I hope that in the future my trip here is going to impact other people through the lobbying I'm now able to do, and the fact that my health and quality of life has improved. So now here is the last week and how that went. Last long day today. Started off with icon, then infrared sauna, 10 pass or 15 pass, then my 3 IVs and physiotherapy. It was my last 15 pass today, which my veins are definitely not sad about. They'll be glad that that's the last time we put that giant needle into them. And I'm also very glad that is done as well. Last colonic today, which was great. Our digestive system is still working fantastically, so I hope that continues post-treatment, which we're hoping it will. After that, I have my 3 IVs, ozone bags on my legs and autohemotherapy, then was able to head home. For those who have asked about access to the doctor, because there are some clinics around the world that say they're run by a doctor, but the doctor you don't actually see while you're there. This clinic that I'm at, I've had access to the doctor the whole time. So I have set appointments with him. But when he doesn't have a patient, he also just roams around the clinic, comes over to everyone's bed, has a chat to see how you are. And he's always accessible for the staff if they need to ask any questions about your treatment as well. So no issues there for those of you who have asked about that. My body is, I think, pretty much at the end of its tether at the moment. My veins are really struggling. We're down to only a couple of veins left. I'm hoping those veins survive until Thursday. Starting to get excited now to be done with treatment. I will be sad to say goodbye to the nurses and doctors because they've all been amazing, but definitely ready for a decent break before I head back to Australia. Bit of a weird random thing tonight. I've just noticed I've got bruising in some really random places tonight. It's on my hand, which you can see now, and also on my arm and some on my legs as well. And I'm not too sure why, because they're not places we've had IVs. They're not places that the icon has specifically targeted. Before someone says it, no, I haven't punched anything. It's just random. So if they're still like that tomorrow, I might ask some questions when I'm in the clinic and see if there's any logical answer for it, or it could just be my body doing random stuff once again, and there could be no answer for why it's come up. Second last day complete. Started off this morning with Icon. I had infrared sauna, UFO, a massage, 3 IVs, and ozone bags on my legs. My veins are so thankful that today is my second last day. We struggled today to get one that worked. The needles went in fine. The veins just refused to pump the IV through. We think they're just so tired and worn out now. It's a bit like a lottery at the moment with whether the vein they go for is going to work or not. We have been looking at the bruising that I noticed last night, and we've come to the conclusion that we think my body's just exhausted and at the end of its tether, and that's probably what's caused it. So well and truly ready for a break before I travel home now. My body is screaming out for it. Well, treatment is done. My last day at the clinic today. Really easy day. I just basically started off the same way as I did when I started. I had physiotherapy, UFO, IVs, and ozone bags on my legs, and then met with Dr. Yuri to go over my final scans. I'm going to pop those up now, and the difference between start and finish is just obvious. As I've said before, red is bad, green is good. You can see the difference in these scans, and I've been told that for the next 6 to 8 months that will continue to grow. So very exciting to see some actual concrete results on top of what I'm feeling. I do feel a little run down this week, very tired. My body has just had enough. But I was been speaking to a couple of other Australians who have done the same treatment, and they've told me it's just the toll of the weeks and weeks of treatment just catching up with me. They've told me to make sure I rest accordingly, and that over the next 6 to 8 months, I'm going to notice some huge changes. Some of them have gone back to work. Some of them are walking again, not having seizures anymore. So all of that is encouraging. Like I've said in previous videos, this for me was not a cure. It was about halting deterioration. I've been sick for 20 years. There's a lot of irreversible damage that is not likely to get better but as well as halting the deterioration, which I think we've done. This is the first couple of months in probably 10 years where I haven't noticed any deterioration. There's been all kinds of little wins, and I'll talk about those wins more in a future video because I want to give my body a couple of weeks to relax and get back on top of things before I talk about the results, because I know there's still more results to come. Basically, we've rebooted my entire body. And now that we've done that, my body needs time to get used to it and start using its systems in the way that it should. But overall, very exciting results. I'm so glad I came. It was 100% worth it. So looking forward to seeing what is to come. I would like to just say a huge thank you to everybody at Med Institute. I'm going to pop some pictures over the top of this now. These are some of the staff that I have worked with the most while I've been here. There's a lot more staff than this, but these are the ones I've spent the most one-on-one time with. Every staff member I have dealt with has been amazingly friendly, respectful, very understanding and knowledgeable of my illnesses, and has done everything they possibly can to make this journey as easy as they can for me. And I am so, so grateful for all their help and support. My plan now is to pack because I leave for Paphos in the morning. I've decided to spend my 2 weeks before I fly home, my recovery time, at the beach. It's off season here, so the beaches and the resorts there are really good prices at the moment. It's actually cheaper than it is staying in Nicosia, which is the capital city, in a small Airbnb apartment. So I figure I may as well go enjoy some fresh sea air and relax by the beach, and just enjoy some more sights of Cyprus other than the clinic. I've just had a visit from a German couple that I met at the clinic, and they've taken all the disability equipment that I purchased when I got here so that that can go to a good home where it's going to be used. So very happy with that as well. I will do some follow-up videos when I'm in Paphos and then Larnaca, followed by Dubai, before I fly home, so you can see my progress in the couple of weeks following treatment.